I would like to tell you a story about a photographer and what he has learned from his journey in searching for black bears. That photographer is me. I have spent a lot of time searching out bears in eastern North Carolina. Upon first reactions from most people, when I bring up the subject, I would say people generally see bears as dangerous monsters. While bears are wild animals that can be unpredictable and dangerous, they are far from monsters. Bears are not gangsters that are out to murder humans. In no way they would benefit from that. In everything that a bear does, it is all about its own survival, self-preservation, and survival of the species. Bears have a short life expectancy in the wild due to the hardships that they face. As a photographer that also has a passion for nature and wildlife, I strive not to interfere with their survival. If a bear starts paying attention to me, I keep moving. A lot of my photos appear to be close, with the bear looking right at me. What you should know is that this is an illusion. I use a professional wildlife lens that brings subjects in, making them look a lot closer than they are. Bears will scan their surroundings. In this movement of the head, I am able to capture the moment that they are looking in my direction. Today's high-resolution cameras give me the ability to crop photos, making subjects look even closer. The bears in eastern North Carolina are considerably more docile compared to some other parts of the world. As reported online by North Carolina Wildlife, there are 0 unprovoked bear attacks on humans in the state. Now that doesn't fit the monster profile, does it? Generally throughout history, it is man that creates the monster and the need to destroy it, even against his own species. In the time that I have spent searching, I have learned that bears are fascinating. I see them as if they were overgrown hamsters out roaming the countryside. I have learned to associate bears as playful, curious, and clumsy. Bears, just like us, have a personal space that contains boundaries when it comes to strangers. Also like us, they react to threats with a fight or flight syndrome. This is why it's important to never approach or corner a bear. They will react to perceived threats. When hiking in bear country, make plenty of noise. The last thing you want to happen is to be unexpectedly staring a bear face to face. The bear will panic in the same manner that we would. As with most wild animals, some bears are more skittish than others. In bear country, it's a good reminder to not leave things lying around. A pack on the ground can quickly be carried off in the woods by a curious bear. A car door left open is an open invite to a curious bear. A freshly used grill sitting out in a campground can be calling for bears all night long, right straight to your campsite. While camping, always clean up and properly dispose of trash before going to bed, or when leaving the campsite behind. Things left unintended are inviting to bears. My mission is to share my experiences with others so that maybe people can more understand the creature they fear to be a monster. In my time in the field, it is not that unusual for a bear to walk out of the woods less than 50 feet from me. There was a day that I spent some time with a mama bear and 3 cubs. On that day, mama bear took a special liking to me. This ended up with her going back into the woods, coming up the wood line, and walking back out right beside me. With me acknowledging her presence, she quickly turned around and lowered her head, as if she was shameful for invading my space. With Mama taking such an interest, the real challenge that day was keeping a curious cub from running right up to me. I can't say I haven't secretly thought about befriending bears, but this would be detrimental to their survival. It is at utmost importance for them to remain wild. The next human they approach may not see them as I do. After all, it is mankind that is the monster. North Carolina Wildlife has some great information online about living with bears. It's a good read if you live in bear country or plan on visiting. Thank you for watching. I hope we all have learned a little something from my adventures.